Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for Off the Board. So this is the series that Crystal did back in July where she had a video a day, and we decided to take that fun series and create it into a monthly YouTube pop. So you will be seeing a bunch of us go to our Pinterest boards and find something we'd like to recreate for our own every Wednesday. So not every Wednesday, but the last Wednesday of every month. Obviously it's Friday. There was a bit that happened. I've caught a cold. My boys had a cold and they gave it to me. And then we had a fun kind of unexpected family adventure that happened on Wednesday. So I wasn't able to get this video up on time, but it's here now. So yay. And the links for everyone else to their channels will be below, just in case you have missed anybody or, you just want to see who else participated. I'm sure you've already seen them all, but just in case, all the links will indeed be below. So my idea here is to recreate this really cool idea about doing a watercolor, like hand kind of painted word and cutting it out and creating a layout. Now, I am taking this very pretty and florally girly layout and turning it into an all boy layout. I have this photo of Jackson. He had just gotten his hair cut and he's sitting against the wall at the mall making a funny face. Now this is right when he started to make these faces when it was time to take photos, and this is what I get. When I ask him to smile or ask him to take a photo, he does some sort of a stance or sticks his tongue out or does something. So this photo is the start of it. But he just looked pretty cool. So I love this photo. I've been meaning to document it for a long time. Haven't really found the perfect way to do it. The background that he's standing up against is purple. And so I found that hard to figure out, but this definitely works. So I went ahead and grabbed I have a kind of mixed bag of all my boy themed stuff. So it's a mixture of Simple Stories and Coco Vanilla Studios and just a big mix of boy themed collections. So I went ahead and grabbed that. Most of it is the Coco Vanilla Boys Rule collection with some added embellishments kind of lined up there. But I'm going to trim my photo a little bit because I don't need all that background. And the photo is smaller in the original as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try to mimic that. The photo is still larger in my layout than the original, but it all works. I grabbed this little sticker that says Crazy Cool Kid because, again, I'm trying to kind of go off that theme, have another pop of the blue. I'm trying to highlight that blue color. And then for my background color, I'm going to use the star paper. And I also use just a tiny bit of the background of the navy so that there's a pop of color there. Again, trying to match the colors was tricky, but you know what? It's okay. It all works out in the end. I am not one that the color tones have to be spot on. That doesn't bother me if they're not. So you will notice that they're not always the exact same blue, don't match and all of that. So I've got that all figured out. I hand cut my letter. That's all good to go. I'm going to back it with this kind of gray, black, blue colored paper. And that's what I've got. You can see I am wearing a sweater. The other thing that happened when I was creating this is we went through a cooler patch, which was lovely. And so I'm creating this and it was cold enough to have a sweater. And then later on, I go back to not having a sweater because it, again, is like crazy hot summer weather. So that I'm sure has something to do with these colds that we are dealing with. Part of it, I think, is just sinus yum. But yeah, so you're going to see that as well. I did this layout in a course of time. So I did a few things, kind of got stuck, pulled out some ephemera, found the red ticket and the little saying. Then I tucked underneath the O, the lightning bolt, and that other little banner that says Mr. Fantastic. I'm trying to add a bunch of stuff, but I have a really hard time adding tons and tons of words to my layout. There are people that do it and it's beautiful and I love their layouts. I go to do it and I just cannot make it work. It drives me crazy. So I tried, but I do find the word boy from this little cut apart and I'm going to do that. So the title kind of says cool boy. I like that. Again, the tone's a little bit off, but that's okay. And then I need a little bit more. The layout I'm scrap lifting is beautiful, a little too simple for my taste, though. I knew I was going to have to add more anyways. So the way I decided to do that was just take the black and white pattern papers from the collection and use them to just make a little kind of border at the side there. I then, of course, need to have another pop of blue somewhere. And my idea to deal with that is to pull out some blue thread and just kind of do a zigzag stitch between the two to kind of make sure they're secure on my paper. And but again, it does bring in that little bit of blue, so I'm pretty happy with that. I also am, of course, trying to get through all my stuff now because I'm about to start my spending freeze. Technically I haven't shopped for a while, but yeah, so I am using all these stars because why not? Let's get them used up. So I put stars randomly throughout the layout too. They are pretty subtle. You don't necessarily see them, but I like the effect. It's a good one. Kind of replace the floral from the scrap lift, so that works well. There you can see the thread I'm trying to decide to use. Go off camera and do that. And then my final touch is to fold it over. Use a little bit of the scrap paper here to do a folded over corner, so there's just a little something there. And while I was doing that, I also noticed that fun little blue strip you can see off to the side there. I'm going to go ahead and use that as well as one more little layer off to the side, and I back it. You're going to see me contemplate. I back the other side of it with some more of the checkered black and white to work it all out. And I'm really, really pleased with the way this turned out. I'm showing you here how if you don't like what the reverse side of the pattern paper is, you just simply find something you do like, tape it down, flip it over, trim it, and bam, you've got something you like better. So that's just kind of my little trick. And it brings in a little bit more of a wood grain tone as well. I add a couple other embellishments. I think one that says super cool kid or something like that, but just a couple more little sayings. Like I said, I tried to get some words on this layout. I really, really did. But I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. Fun boy layout. I love to do boy layouts. They are definitely one of my favorite things to do. Really pleased with how this turned out, especially considering I haven't been feeling the best. So thank you. I apologize for my tardiness in getting this up, and I hope everyone has a fabulous long weekend. And I will be in the middle of doing the Secret Not Secret scrap party, so I'll have a nice busy weekend. There's a look at my final layout. See everyone tomorrow. Bye!